The crimson sun of planet Vegeta hung heavy and low in the jagged horizon. Thick clouds of sulfur and dust swirled around the towering spires of the royal palace. The air tasted of copper and old blood, a testament to a history of endless war. Deep within the stone corridors, the sound of heavy boots echoed against the walls. A senior Saiyan advisor walked with a frantic pace, sweat beading on his scarred forehead. He clutched a data pad tightly, his knuckles turning white from the pressure. He stopped before the massive obsidian doors of the throne room and took a jagged breath. The doors groaned open, revealing a hall bathed in shadows and flickering torchlight. King Vegeta sat upon his throne, his silhouette imposing and unmoving as a mountain. The advisor stepped forward, his voice trembling but driven by a desperate duty. Thank you. Stop. As expected, he obliterated it all. The advisor whispered into the silence. The king did not shift his gaze, his eyes fixed on a holographic map of the galaxy. If we keep turning a blind eye, this won't just be about control anymore, the advisor continued. He took another step closer, risking the king's legendary temper. Frieza isn't just watching us, Your Majesty. He is waiting and calculating. Every move he makes is measured, deliberate, and colder than deep space. And what are we doing while the tyrant sharpens his blade in our throats? We are letting him play us like fools, letting him move unchecked through our sectors. It won't just cost us our freedom. It will be the beginning of the end for planet Vegeta. Our pride, our warriors, our legacy, all of it will be gone in a blinding instant. Mark my words, my king, if we don't act soon, we won't even live long enough to regret it. The advisor paused, watching for a reaction, but the king remained made of stone. His forces grow stronger with every moon that passes over our heads. He didn't just build an army. He forged a weapon of absolute domination. He handpicked the most vicious killers across the galaxies to serve as his dogs. They were molded through fear, obedience, and raw, unchecked power. What stands behind him is not a battalion. It's a force engineered to crush worlds. They move in unison, stripping planets bare and erasing resistance before it forms. They fight not because they believe in his cause, but because they fear his wrath. King Vegeta slammed his fist on the arm of his throne, shattering the stone ornament. The sound echoed like a thunderclap, silencing the advisor instantly. Your impatience speaks louder than your loyalty. The king snarled, his teeth bared. He stood up, his cape flowing behind him like a river of blood. I will not be goaded into a reckless charge like some desperate, low-class fool. You forget yourself, advisor. This is not your decision to make. I see further than your fear. I know the game we are playing. Frieza will fall, yes, but when I command it, not a moment before. Our vengeance will come, but on our terms, not his. The king sat back down, his eyes burning with a dangerous, wounded pride. Not his, he muttered to himself, gripping the throne. Not his. Miles away, the atmosphere shifted from political tension to sterile coldness. Inside the Saiyan incubation lab, machines hummed with a rhythmic, artificial life. Green liquid bubbled in rows of glass tanks, each holding a Saiyan infant. A calm, automated voice broke the silence. devoid of any empathy. Attention all units. Perimeter sweep in progress. All unauthorized personnel will be detained immediately. Alert, elevated in H. 4+ levels detected in subject 019. Infant class, anomaly registered. Immediate analysis required. In a medical bay adjacent to the nursery, the air smelled of antiseptic and ozone. 2 technicians in white coats stood before a large, glowing healing tank. Inside the fluid, a warrior floated, his body covered in fresh scars and burns. A breathing mask covered his face, and wires monitored his erratic heartbeat. If he keeps this up, he's going to become stronger than King Vegeta, one tech muttered. He tapped the glass lightly, watching the warrior's brow twitch in pain.
Okay,
No
so
kidding,
listen, I just saw
the
them
other
put something in the
agreed,
main tank.
checking a
And you
scrolling
guys,
monitor
it was
of vital
glowing.
signs.
I cannot.
Bardock
No,
is a
absolutely
maniac.
not.
He comes
These
back
results are
from every
completely
mission
impossible.
half dead. My gosh,
exactly
he's
did they put in this
crazy,
tank?
absolutely out of his
Readings
mind.
are unlike any.
What kind of low-level soldier would go to a planet like Canassa alone? He took only a handful of men against an entire civilization of psychics. The first technician nodded, adjusting a valve on the tank. I think he needs to be retested when he wakes up. His
Data entry
case
finalized.
is unusual. His power levels are spiking even while he
All
sleeps.
patient vitals are.
I
They called
agree.
this place
Plan
the
Thor.
Obsidian
Let's mark the
Spire.
file and get it done.
Now,
The scene shifted violently to a conquered world light years away. Smoke rose from the ruins of a destroyed alien city. A different Scion squad stood amidst the rubble, their armor stained with grime. The ship's down, just like Frieza wanted, the squad leader barked. They didn't even scream, they just fell like wheat before a scythe. I want that section cleared in 5 minutes, and no survivors. Keep your formation tight and stay alert for traps. Squad 4, maintain perimeter control and keep your eyes on that entrance. This entire deck is cleared in 10, where you answer to me personally. Let's go move out. Far above planet Vegeta, the black void of space was punctured by 2 pods. 2 round attack balls breached the atmosphere of a primitive, dusty planet. The friction caused the pods to glow red hot as they descended. Launch sequence initiated, 2 pods deployed, a computer voice announced. Mission is green, they're on their way to the target. Inside
Seriously,
one
this
pod,
is tiny.
a young
And look at this
Scion
dust
grumbled
ball.
over the
What a
crackling
waste of my
comm
time.
system.
They should.
You know, I still
How
can't
much longer
believe we
am I
got
stuck in
assigned
this
this
cramped
dust
tin
ball.
can?
What did we do wrong to deserve this assignment? Did we steal one too
This
many
is what they
meat
sent me here
rations from the
for.
elite
What
barracks?
a waste of time.
Anyway, scanners say the locals barely stand upright. This won't even count as a warm-up for warriors like us.
See?
His partner's
This is how you
laugh
handle a pod,
crackled
Kakarot.
back through the
My armor
speaker,
is shinier,
distorted
my
by
speed is better,
static.
and my scout.
Barely stand upright.
You really
Is that
thought
what you
had a
think?
chance. You
Last time you
actually
said
thought you
that,
could beat
you
me.
got smacked in the
Pathetic.
face with a plasma
Prepare to
rock.
eat my
Let's see who
Easy
racks up
money.
the highest kill
Cheers
count
to my
this time.
victory.
Loser buys the drinks when we're back on Vegeta. And don't you dare hit the ground first. I want the first strike. I'm already boosting,
I swear,
the first
if I have
replied,
to smell that one
veering his
more
pod
time,
sharply.
I'm blowing up.
Try not to land in a swamp this time. You smelled terrible for weeks. The stench took 3 hyper jumps to wash off your armor. I'll take the
Enjoying
east
view
side.
down there.
It looks like there is
I think
more
I'll
population
finish this planet
there.
before you.
You take the boring half. Try to stay awake. Deep in space, the massive flagship of the Planet Trade Organization hovered silently. Frieza sat in his floating chair, staring out at the star-dusted void. He swirled a glass of wine, the red liquid catching the light of distant stars. His voice was a low,
magnificent, isn't it?
menacing
This
purr that
perfect
chilled the
form,
air around him.
destined to
This world wasn't enough, and yet you still hide. Come out
They
before
call
I
that a
lose my
vibrant
patience
world.
completely. They call them
Observe
warriors, but they are
Every light
nothing
you see
but
represents a world
monkeys.
brought under
Saiyans were bred to conquer. That is their only function. They will all die, and the universe will be quieter for it.
Our
His
objective is
aide,
clear.
a tall
I expect
alien
nothing
with
less than
elegant
perfection from you,
features,
drones.
bowed
Do not
deeply.
disappoint. The
Our
time
duty
has
is
come.
not to
By
question.
my hand, this
It is to
galaxy will be
execute his
remade.
will. Steel yourselves,
Execute
men,
the
for
final
what we
command.
do next
Fire!
will define history. Now go, prepare the cannon. Frieza turned his gaze to the vibrant, unsuspecting planet Vegeta below. The Saiyans have always been an intolerable infestation, he mused. He took a slow
Those
sip from his
wretched
glass,
monkeys are getting
savoring the
loud
moment.
again.
Loud,
What a
vulgar
truly
creatures with
pathetic
no sense
display.
of control.
I
No
Hold the true
discipline,
nature of the universe.
Certainly
Infinite,
no
yet utterly
purpose
meaningless.
beyond indulging
Perfect
their
reflection
violent
of my own
impulses.
power.
Under the illusion of strength, they
Culture.
build nothing of value. They preserve nothing. They create no art, no culture. Yet they walk through the
Do away
universe
with this
as if it were
immediately.
theirs to
It is
scar,
revolting.
poisoning
Their precious
every
Saiyan
corner of
pride.
space
It's
they
utterly
touch
meaningless coming
with their
from such
primitive lust.
monkeys.
They
Saiyan
fight not
pride
for
truly knows no
empire or
bounds,
vision,
does it?
but for
I
the
find
sheer
your faith in
thrill of it.
yourselves.
And somehow, they convince themselves that this
Your
mindless
naivety is
savagery
quite
is
entertaining,
noble.
monkeys.
They think their constant brawling is a mark of greatness. In reality,
I assure
it is
you
nothing
this won't
more
hurt
than
a bit.
desperation
I
dressed
am
as
simply
tradition.
being merciful.
I've let them exist
Look at
longer
them.
than I should have.
Such useful little
Out of mercy,
monkeys. For now.
I tolerated their presence out of sheer convenience for my empire.
Is
I
that
allowed
all
them
the
to
Saiyans
conquer
are
in my
capable
name,
of these
to
days?
spill blood where I pointed.
Almost.
All while they
merely
puffed
shook
their
his head,
chests and
pitying their
snarled like
delusion.
beasts.
They-
They thought they mattered to me or to the universe. But they don't matter. They never have.
How
And the more I
utterly
watch them
repulsive.
swarm across
Your
space
very
like fire
existence is
without
an
purpose,
insult to my
the more I
easily your
realize that their
world
continued
crumbles
existence
before
is an
me.
insult. And because of that, I will burn their legacy from the stars. I will erase their planet from every map in the galaxy. I will bury their name so deep in history that no one will speak it again. Back in the healing tank, Bardock's eyes snapped open wide. His mind was screaming, trapped between reality and a nightmare. I'm still in this damn tank, floating in this fluid. I can't move my limbs. The paralysis is still strong. But I'm awake. I can hear them. I can see it. Why am I seeing this again? These visions won't stop. The vision flooded his mind, vibrant and terrifyingly real. He saw Frieza's father, King Cold, standing tall and imposing. I should have stopped it when I had the chance. I remember the day he landed on our soil. He was surrounded by elite soldiers, and we just stood there. We didn't raise a hand. We didn't ask a single question. We let them walk through our ranks like they owned the place. I stood there too, like an idiot, watching our doom arrive. I knew something was off.
I'm not ready.
I could feel in my gut. I just didn't want to be the one to say it out loud. The air felt different that day, heavy with malice. Not just tension, but pressure crushing us. Like something under the surface was getting ready to snap. And now I'm seeing it from above, looking down on my home. The cities, the skies, it's all too quiet, too perfect. The vision climaxed with a blinding flash of orange light. And then it's gone. Everything gone in mere seconds. So that's what this is, the end of our world. Not a dream, not a warning, just the truth. all over again play on a loop in my head.
Echo.
Heat. I can feel the heat up here. A different voice, a storyteller's voice, echoed over the vision. We were born for war. Frieza knows that better than anyone. We once shared this planet with the Tuffles. We were bound by a tense peace until our thirst for freedom clashed. Their rule was logical, but our spirit was wild. War became our only path forward, the only way to breathe. Fight till the death, that is the Saiyan way. The Tuffle War carved that truth into our bones forever. They had machines, fortresses, energy shields powered by intellect. We had instinct, rage, and a will to survive. They calculated every move while we adapted to the chaos. The battlefield was our classroom, and blood was the ink. Entire cities crumbled under our steps as we advanced. Tuffle towers split like dry bark under our energy blasts. Their strongest line of defense fell in a single night. But that power came at a terrible cost to our soul. Many of our own were lost, not to the enemy, but to the madness of the transformation. That was the lesson buried beneath the roar of the ape. Unshaped power devours itself, if not controlled. Frieza watched all of it from a throne of silence. He studied us, measured us, and categorized us. He decided we were too dangerous to be free. He clipped our wings and called it peace. When the full moon rose over planet Vegeta, we didn't hesitate. We became what we were always meant to be. Not soldiers, not savages, but a force of nature. The great ape, the destroyer of worlds. There was once a Saiyan who didn't need a moon, who didn't turn into a beast, but into something else. Something far more dangerous than a giant monster. He burned from the inside out with golden light. He was a Super Saiyan, a legend made flesh. Frieza fears the legend of the Super Saiyan more than death. He knows it's real deep down in his black heart, and he knows we are the ones destined to awaken it. The heat is coming.
You ask why? Because I will not tolerate any race that might one day rise to challenge my authority. Goodbye, Saiyan! Why Frieza destroyed the Saiyans?